Hi guys! I'm running into a bunch of fucking technical difficulties. I tried to record with my iPhone and apparently the stupid glitch that's in the Apple software where if you delete photos and videos it doesn't represent that space as cleared. So apparently the 60 gig iPhone is completely filled to the brim even though I deleted a good 20 videos and the thing still doesn't want to record. So fuck that. I wanted to talk about the Nintendo NX. Richard from Review Tech USA just made a video today discussing about a rumor that's currently out there stating that the Nintendo NX is not going to be, that they're not targeting to beat the PlayStation 4 in terms of power. Power meaning graphics performance as well as CPU performance. This is just going to be a comprehensive video that I'm going to make that if Nintendo, for the life of them, ever watches, they can kind of understand what they need to do to make a kick-ass system. And I'm going to be talking from the perspective of a Wii U owner as well as a person who owns an Xbox 360, which I have right here, and I also own a PlayStation 4. So one of the biggest issues I had with the Nintendo Wii U was just the way the operating system worked and the way that you would go to the store and everything. Nintendo adds so much fluff and shit and a lot of latency to what you want to accomplish. For instance, if you go on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One store, you click on the game actually tells you right then and there, hey, it's going to take 20 gigs when you download and install. And it gives you, sometimes they'll give you an estimate on that. And when you download it, you hit the download button, it downloads in the background, and you could just go about your way. You can even download games and updates and such while the console is in standby. Nintendo originally promised these features, but it never came to light with the Wii U. With the Wii U, if you want to go and download a game on the store, you hit the download button and you can't do shit with your console. You can't play games, you can't do anything but watch a stupid screen telling you the progress of this download. And the same thing for installing. Once it's downloaded, it has to install this update or game, and that sometimes takes longer than the actual download time. And that's something that just really aggravated me, was just how slow it was to navigate the Wii U. Even with all the updates that they applied to the console to make it faster, it was still it was just like going through sludge. It was very slow, and it felt like, you know, it would actually take energy away from me to actually power on the damn thing and wait and wait and wait and wait before I can fucking play a game. And the PlayStation 3 was notorious for this shit, where luckily you could download games in the background, but if you wanted to play them, you had to install, and the installs, you couldn't do it while you were doing something else. Sony fixed that with the PlayStation 4. With the PlayStation 4, you pop in a game disc, you can play another game while that game's installing. You can set up a huge download queue of 20 games, have them download and install while you're playing a game. And that's the kind of functionality I want Nintendo to bring to the Nintendo NX. I want there to be that fluidity. I want everything to be fast, efficient, and get in and get out. I want them to take what we loved about the consoles that they used to make, like the GameCube or the Super Nintendo N64, is you just pop the game in, you hit the power button, and you're playing. That's what I want Nintendo to bring back. Now with Sony and Microsoft, they have this stupid shit where it has to install the game, it has to install it to the hard drive. You know, I really think that could be improved. I don't believe that you should have to install these games on the hard drive. I think the disk drive should be fast enough. And if Nintendo can make that happen, by all means. I mean, they kind of do that with the Wii U. They do it with the same technology that Blu-ray has. Yes, it's not licensed, it's not the same 100% exact same technology, but it's close enough. And the fact that Nintendo is able to stream games off their discs with reasonable load times, I have to say their load times are pretty reasonable. I want them to continue that with the Nintendo NX. But all updates, all downloads, I want their store to stop being super kiddie. When you're clicking a download on the Nintendo 3DS, you have that stupid little orange character guy that's running around and stuff, popping his head in and out, and then you have these stupid little blocks that are shooting into a thing. Remove all that shit. I mean, it was kind of cute when they had it on the Wii, when they had Mario and Mario's collecting coins and shit. Okay, that's fine, but people don't care about that. People, you know, if you want to include that, offer it as an option where someone could sit there and actually entertain themselves with a fucking download progress bar. But, you know, do the same things. Learn from what Microsoft and Sony has already learned. Make downloads fast and make it, you know, install quickly as well. Also, get rid of blocks. Blocks are stupid. That reminds me so much of the fifth generation of consoles, or yeah, fifth generation, where memory cards had blocks and shit. Look, you're selling a console where you said 32 gigs. You didn't put blocks on the fucking box. So why do you use a block system to help people determine space? Blocks don't mean shit to me. I'm a computer expert. I mean, Microsoft tells you, you know, gigabytes, which Microsoft fucked up first. When they first launched the console, there was no storage management option, so you couldn't tell how much space was left on your drive. Luckily, they fixed that. But Nintendo, you have to do that. Second thing, add a fucking hard drive. No more flash storage. You know, you took whatever benefits flash storage would offer, and you completely shot yourself in the foot with it, because the flash storage wasn't even fast. I felt like I was running off of a USB 2.0 flash drive. And that's just unacceptable. If you want to include flash and you really want to go crazy, fuck, throw in a nice 256 gig solid state drive in there and make it say, hey, look, here's an advertising sales pitch. Our games are so fast, it takes you less than 10 seconds to turn on the machine and start a game and actually be in your game. Then you can actually put in a solid state drive. If you're not going to do that, put a nice 1 terabyte starting. Don't even fucking do, you know, 500 gigs. Start off with 1 terabyte of storage, and, you know, make it a 7200 RPM drive for faster loads. Also, add a fucking Ethernet port. The fact that Ethernet is not even available on the Wii or the Wii U is just stupid. You know, if you want people to take you seriously like that, you really want to help the gamer out in terms of, you know, playing online games, which better be a top priority for you, Nintendo, you need to have Ethernet. Yeah, wireless AC is fast. It's actually really fucking fast. Something I wish Microsoft and Sony put into their consoles. The technology was readily available for them to do it. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have cost them all that much more. But, you know, if you're going to add wireless, has to be wireless AC compatible, especially with these large games. These large games require a large amount of bandwidth. Our internet connection is so fast that wireless N can't handle that connection speed. So if you want people to take you seriously, add a Ethernet port. Other thing Nintendo needs to do, a regular controller. Now I know I don't have a prop, so I can't show you the Wii U Pro controller. That Pro controller, remove the gloss, it should really be a matte finish, but that controller was very comfortable to use. And I love the fact that the battery life blew away the PlayStation 4's controller and blew away Microsoft's controller. Cut all the gimmick shit out. No tilt controls, no accelerometers, just make it a real fucking controller with dual analog sticks. Yes, you added the whole clickable buttons. Add the triggers again. They should not be digital buttons. They should be analog, so that way if you want to play racing games and such, or shooters, you can actually have that motion. Sony does it, Microsoft does it, do it. You used to do it on the GameCube, so I don't understand why you don't have that anymore. But bring those back. And also, since you did rechargeable batteries on the Pro Controller, continue that. Another thing that Nintendo needs to do is be competitive with the online store. You know, they started off this whole thing where if you bought the deluxe model, you would get cash back in the form of points, and eventually the points could be redeemed to buy games. Start it off with that. Say, hey, look, we are going to have this promotion. It's only going to be for a year to really kickstart our console. And if you really want to push digital titles, you have to sell us on that. Sell us on the fact that it will download fast, the only limiting factor being your internet connection. Say it's going to install real quick where you can just play your game while it's doing that. And also, you know, sell the point that these games will be $10 to $20 cheaper on your online store for a limited time. That will get people on board. The other thing is, dev kits better be released for your publishers. you fucked up royally with the Wii U. Developers didn't get dev kits for a while. It was almost like 5 months before the console was going to release before they were readily available for developers, and that's not enough time. Dev kits should be already being developed right now, and they should be handed out to top tier developers. You need to have, Call of Duty, the next Call of Duty on your console. You need to have Titanfall on your console. You need to have these very big hit games on your console. You made that promise last time around and it didn't fucking work. The other thing that I think Nintendo seriously needs to do is it has to launch with a full-fledged 3D Mario title. Something that really showcases the fact that this is a powerful machine. Fuck, you should, you pissed everyone off with the Metroid Prime Federation Force. Release a Metroid Prime, HD collection. Redo these games the same way you redid Zelda The Wind Waker HD collection. And bundle it and say, hey, look, anyone that buys a Nintendo NX or whatever they're going to call the system, it includes a free copy pre-installed. Fuck, you don't even have to give people a disc. Pre-install it on the hard drive and say, here, this is all going to be part of this bundle. It's a promotion. You're going to have a showpiece title that says, look, this is a fucking powerful system. We're going to show you how powerful it really is. None of this 2D, 2.5D side-scrolling shit that you originally sold us on. I think, honestly, I really wish I can grab this, but here we go. These two were launch titles, and they should not have been. This should have been a launch title, and this would have pushed the Wii U sales a little bit better with Mario 3D World, even though Mario 3D World is not even in the same caliber as Mario Galaxy. So if you really want, bring out a Mario Galaxy 3 for the Nintendo NX, and I think you will really impress people. I think it's one of those type of games where you're in space, lots of different areas, lava worlds, sand worlds, and stuff. And I really think Nintendo has such a great mind when it comes to development of games. Like they're very artistic, very creative, but utilize that with a brand new console. Actually push that console to its limits. And I think you're really going to sell people on it. You really are. And I just can't see how Nintendo constantly fucks everything up. In the home console department, the last 3 console launches have been lackluster. They really have. The Wii only won because of Wii Sports. And that was smart. That was a very smart move to bundle Wii Sports in with this console, because most people bought just the console with the game and that was it. But you really, Nintendo, you have to take it seriously this time around. I'm probably going to give you one more shot, but the current rate that you are at, I really don't foresee things working out. And that's the thing. When you have E3, hopefully E3 next year, when you actually decide to show off this console, or if you decide to dedicate a whole 1-hour Nintendo Direct, show off what the console can do. I want you to show off an actual use case where someone hops on the machine and it's fast. Make it fast. Show off the graphics. You really have to win people over. And you have to set your sights in terms of performance to surpass the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 should not be your wall, because you're starting a 9th generation console when you release this NX. And with the 9th generation consoles, they have to be more than twice the performance that's given off by an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4. Only then would you seriously become a major competitor in the game place. Because then if you can actually say, hey, Nintendo has the definitive edition, which was laughable when people thought that the definitive edition would be on the Wii U. No, it wasn't. But if they could actually do it right, fuck. Give a person a reason to buy your console over the PlayStation 4, make it $100 cheaper than the PlayStation 4, make it twice as fast, twice the performance, and you will have people giving you a serious shot. you will have people saying, look, I want the next gen Nintendo system because of X, Y, and Z, but you know, you really fucked up the last few generations. Don't continue to fuck up. So that's my kind of definitive guide of what I want to see from the NX, you know, based off of my experience with previous consoles. Let me know below what you guys think.